Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. I'm back. Um, a couple of days ago, I did a video where I showed this, dealing with this floor again, and one of the comments came up, basic vids for life. Thank you very much for the suggestion, and he had suggested that NanoMAAX would work to remove the floor polish from the floors. Now, my first thought was, I didn't think that would work. Hang on a second, let me just double check my mic here. Yeah, there we go. I thought, no, I need to heed suggestions that people come up with, and that's one of the reasons I put the videos up, is I want to get feedback from people and suggestions and all. So, pardon me. I thought, well, I'll give it a whirl. So I had mixed up a new batch of cleaner, which I usually have it pre-mixed and in the van. And it's about 1.5 ounces per gallon in there of NanoMAAX. And then I had this piece of flooring over here. Yesterday when I recoated the floor, put 2 more coats of Quick Shine on here. And I also did that piece right there. And then today, a little while ago, I came out here and I just poured some of the NanoMAAX on there, which is, like I said, about 1.5 ounces or so per gallon. I left it for a little bit, and I came back and I used that gladiator pad and just started rubbing the wood to see if the polish would come off, and it did. That was, well, pretty cool. Then I went and mixed up some more right there, and I mixed that. That's actually 6 ounces per gallon. Obviously, the 2 ounces per gallon did work, and we'll play around with the mixtures, I guess. But I was going to try it with this because I want to make sure it's going to work well. Let me think. Oh, actually, no, it's 8 ounces per gallon. That's probably way stronger than I need. But anyway, just for the sake of argument, I thought, okay, I'll try it from there, and then I can back off from there. But well, I got a way to experiment here in a sec. Hang on a sec. Pardon me. My nose is running here, making me cough. Anyway, so I've just sprayed this down, and the last video I did on this floor, I had finished off using a 2-way pad, and it really worked well. I was really quite surprised, actually. But one of the things I've noticed when I'm doing carpet cleaning is that depending on what the pad is that you're using, sometimes these green stripe AstroTurf pads are the better choice, and sometimes even the 2-ways will work better. Depends on the carpet. And I think it has something to do with although the material in here is going to be less absorbent than like a cotton, obviously, but nevertheless, sometimes I think there's a interaction that goes on between the different fiber types, where one of these pads might be a better choice depending on what carpet you're doing. And that's why you see me often switching out pads and trying different things, because I don't think we should be stuck using one specific pad. We got so many different choices, and so that's why I do what I do. But back to this. Why do I keep doing this? Well, if for some of you may have already figured out what I'm actually up to here. What I'm actually wanting to figure out is it reasonable, is it feasible to be able to remove the polish from the floor using a simple rotary and pads, basically using the set method, soil extraction transfer technology, only I guess we'll call it WETT. Wax extraction transfer technology. WETT and set. Yeah, that's funny. I just thought of that. Anyway, that's my thought. Because if it could do it just so simple, and if it was faster, that's part of the issue I find when I've done the few floors I've done. The wax removal can be very time consuming. And now I'm not suggesting this is going to work in every case. I'm not being unrealistic about that. Nor do I know yet whether or not it's going to work with every type of floor polish. I've only got the Quick Shine that I've tried it on. Oh, and the Rejuvenate, which is right there. And so anyway, we'll try and figure out the differences and see what works and what doesn't. And so anyway, this has been sitting on here for a little while, and I do actually have some of my normal NanoMAAX mix in the tank. Because what I'm planning to do is I'm going to start you can see I've only sprayed half of the floor, and depending on what happens, I will continue on into that area there. And there wouldn't have been any dwell time. I'm just kind of curious to see. I don't think that'll work, but it might. And these are the questions that maybe are, and some of you guys who are watching are sort of, you're wondering, well, maybe you should try this or that or the other thing. And I'm going to try and anticipate what you might be thinking, guys who are watching. And we'll try and get this figured out here. Okay. This is my MD180. I figured I'd use this partly because most of you guys would have just a low-speed machine anyway. And by the way, one of the things that I have been consistently finding out is that in almost every case, the rotary, quite frankly, seems to scrub the floors better. So I'm not even going to bother trying with the OP machine. So there we go. That's the two-way pad, which is, I believe, they're actually polyester fiber. And look, you can see right there, that's wax. Yep, you can see it peeling off the floor. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Can you see it? You can actually see a line there. Oh my goodness me, look at that. It's literally peeling it off the floor. Huh. That's very interesting. And that's the two-way pad. Look at that, it's just flying everywhere here. Now what's interesting is this is actually going to be a lower, I guess, a lower moisture level. Looks like we're going to have to dry vacuum a floor afterwards if we do it this way. To pick up all the wax. It's just, oh, there was I could see it there on that corner there, and I just went over there, it's gone, just like that. Huh. Okay, now let's we'll come back here again. Now the AstroTurf pad, of course, has a bit more aggression to it because it has the AstroTurf strips on it. Oh my, that feels. I can see there's some wax over here. But still some more right here a little bit. It's definitely pulling it off. Look at that. It's just, I'm actually rubbing it off with my finger. Look at that. Can you see that? It's not completely off. Okay, and then so I'm going to go over here now, and I'm going to start adding some solution from the tank and see how quickly it starts to dissolve. Now this is a center feed machine, but you can see I'm keeping the pad damp. We'll go over it, we'll see what happens. This is basically no dwell time at all. And this is actually the about 2 ounces per gallon mix that's in here, that's going onto this section of the floor here. So this is much weaker than where I just began. Oh yeah, you can see it coming out now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, pardon me. But oh, look at the wax coming off here now. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the AstroTurf pad. See if I get better response that way. Pardon me, I'm going to cough again. Yeah. And my nose is running too much here for some reason. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. That's literally wax on there. Look. Wax. Lumps of wax. Wow. That's really interesting, I think. So now we're going to go to the AstroTurf and see if we like that better. I mean, theoretically, the AstroTurf should actually work better because it has the AstroTurf on it, obviously. So it's got a bit more scrubbing ability. Okay, so now we'll head over in this direction to the area where I didn't actually put the stronger mix. Now, I could also put a weight on this machine. I've got a 20 pound weight there. It actually just goes on the top of it, so I can do that if I want. Actually, I'll show you how it works. I'm gonna have to do it a little bit. I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit when I do it here. Hang on a sec. How am I gonna do this? Because I haven't got the actual. There's a. Oh, that's heavy. There's a unicorn attaches to the top of the machine. I can just put it on there for the moment, like that. So we just added another 20 or so pounds there. I think it's 20 pounds. Oh, 25 pounds actually. It says so right on it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Still not obviously very fast. One of the nice things about the MD180, which is what I used for years, and by the way, they're not available anymore, they're no longer made, is that it's really, really quiet, which is nice. I'm not complaining about the machine I'm using now, which has a whine because it's a 2-speed machine, but this one is just so quiet. Oh my, look at that. It is definitely working. Now obviously I could use a red fiber pad. Actually, maybe I should do that. Let's just go with a red fiber pad. Gotta pull that off of there to do that. Oh, here it is. Here. By the way, this one I used the other day and it was all choked up with wax. I just took it out on the driveway there, put the hose to it, and off it came. Very little effort. Okay, so we're going to try the red fiber pad, which is usually what we would do. And I'll put the weight on there again. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, obviously, the NanoMAAX is working. And quite frankly, I think it's working pretty darn good. And here's some of the advantages of using it. 1, it's odorless. 2, it's got a health rating of 0. And 3, you can say to people, I'll be taking the wax off your floor using a product that has 97% food-grade plant-based ingredients. You can't get safer than this. And that's something that is a selling point for a lot of people, actually. So, something to bear in mind. Oh my, it's coming and coming and coming. Look at that. But I'll have to run the vacuum over the floor to pick up all this wax. It's all over the place. That's crazy. Now, of course, NanoMAAX, for us Canadian guys, is comes out of the U.S. But Sam Carmelli sells it as a distributor. I think there might be somebody back east as well. I'm not sure. But Carmelli Janitorial Supply, he's in Lower Mainland. Can't remember that's, is it Richmond or Burnaby or where is he? I can't remember exactly where it is. I've actually never been to a store, but I've certainly talked to him on the phone and ordered stuff from him. So anyway, well, here we go, guys. So this is an option for a floor wax remover. At least it's working on the quick shine. What I'll do is after I finish this, I will finish it off with another pad in a second. I think we're done. I think we've got the wax off of here. And here's the thing, I don't have to neutralize this floor because this is a neutral pH. Did I mention that? It's a neutral pH product, so we don't have to neutralize the floor. So that's good, because that means that'll eliminate one step. So there you go. There's a way to save some time. Look at all the wax everywhere. That's crazy. Okay, now what we're going to do is, you can see some just at the edge right there. A little bit right over there. that was the side I was using. And there's the lumps and lumps of wax. Isn't that amazing? And by the way, when I put them through the wash, the wax comes out no problem. So far, anyway. That's the B side of that pad now. Oh, look at what was underneath the... Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, that's because I didn't put the... I didn't take the red pad off. There, look at that. Alright, so that's the two-way pad on there now, and this is the B side, so this was not the side that I was using to work the wax. So I think probably it'll work better with a fiber pad first, which is not surprising. But the NanoMAAX is definitely working, and working well, actually. We're not going to complain about that at all. That's just great. Wish I knew that a couple weeks ago. I just bought a few liters of that other product, which does work, but I think the NanoMAAX actually works better. And bear in mind that this section right here I'm on now, I didn't put the strong mix on there. I just fed from the tank, which was about 2 ounces per gallon, and it worked, and I didn't even really didn't even do a dwell time in it. Actually didn't see much difference, actually. It took a couple of passes to get it going, but yeah, that's really amazing. Now, what I would do is I would wait till the floor was actually dry, and then I'd run a white pad over the floor. But I don't have to run a neutralizing pad or neutralizing rinse over the floor because, well, I don't need to do it because it's neutral pH already. Yes, I could use a Ironman pad. You don't notice that I haven't actually done that yet. And I'm about to, actually, I think. Yeah, I got one behind me here. I bumped into it with my tire of my van. See, it's in between the wood there, the joints, a little bit still. Well, let's try I've got an Ironman pad here. This is a smaller one. Now, as far as the wax, it's between the floors. On a floor like this, I would probably still have to use the multi-wash in order to deal with that, I guess. Or, let's just try something here. We'll try this first. This is drying it, obviously. Absorbing. Let's see how well it pulls the wax out of the joints there. Now, the problem with the Ironman is that I'm experiencing right now is it's binding. You can see the machine sort of moving like this, it's because it's gripping and then releasing on different spots. Okay. Okay. Let's just have a look-see. See, there's wax right in between there. Maybe you can't even get that out. I don't know. Even when I put the multi-wash on, I could still see some in there. So, but I do want to try this on this floor, and that is the brush. For that reason, let's give it a try. This is a soft shampoo brush. Oh, wait a minute, I can't use this brush on here. Oh, shoot, I just realized. Oh, darn it. Huh. The reason I can't is because I got a different clutch on here. It won't work on that machine. Oh, that's a pain. But it will work on this machine. All right. The MD180 has a different clutch than most. A slightly larger hub on there because it's a center feed. It's special. Okay, I need a power source. I believe I have one right here. Uh-huh. Okay. So, the purpose of the brush is to determine whether or not I can pull the wax out from between the joins there effectively without having to go to the multi-wash. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is because although I have this, the options, some of you guys won't have those options, so that's why I'm doing this, for your sakes. Let's find out. Well, it sure runs nice on here. So this actually is not a stiff brush at all. This is an actual carpet shampoo brush. Okay, let's take a look. How did we do? I can still see a little bit right in here. See, look at that. Oh my. Isn't that amazing? I can get it out my fingernail. Okay. Look at that. See, it's jammed in there. Well, I don't quite know what to say about that. I don't think that even the multi-wash will get that out of there. Maybe this particular type of floor, this is the way it is. You just can't quite get that out of there unless you go by your fingernails all over the place. Yeah. You see, even this, there's really no gap there, but yet there's an indent where the floors, the boards join, and there's still something there. Anyway, I'd be interested in your comments about this, guys. Those of you who have experienced this and have some suggestions, maybe this is the best we can do in a case like this. But anyway, by the way, the brush did make a nice finish on here, I think. But anyway, I'll finish it off. So give me your thoughts about the. First of all, the NanoMAAX definitely worked. It seemed to work really quite well. I'm just a little bit concerned about what I'm seeing with the polish that is still remaining in these cracks. I don't know that there's a real answer for that. Look at that. See? Even if you can barely see it, see, I can still. There's my fingernail, and I'm still pulling wax out of there. Maybe that's the way it has to be, and all you can do is just get the worst of it out of there, and that's it. Any thoughts on that? Tell me what you think, guys. Anyway, I'll let you go. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.